No, I can't swim. Mother used to say to me when I was a kid, don't you go falling overboard. So I didn't.
I've never tried. The whole point of having the boat is to stay up there, not get down there.
Yeah. Father, he used to take pleasure people in the summer, like rod and line fishing. Then in the winter he'd scallop in the harbour and mullet net and mullet. 2 or 3 pots just for the winter, earn a few bob. Always out in the boat with him. Always bass fishing as well in the autumn down the bottom of the harbour and lining. Stop home from school to go do that.
My great-grandfather had a small trading boat, and they also did a bit of fishing in the estuary and that, seine nets for mullet, stuff like that.
I used to have a dinghy and put pots out, willow ones, up Snipes Point in the harbour. I used to catch them, lobster always. Go up there before school mornings, row up, no outboards in them days. In summer holidays, used to venture down the bottom of the harbour. Had a 12-foot rowing boat. The old father years ago, he put it on a long rope. We were on the beach when he was picnicking on a Sunday, so he didn't lose you.
I have worked things like this from a small boat, these old willow ones, just up in the estuary there.
Yeah.
Worked that for lobsters and that.
Well, the first ones I had, old man bought me little willow pots. He bought them off somebody retired down Oak Cove. They were only little tiny ones. Go with my brother weekends, Saturdays, always.
I was always out fishing then, whatever spare time we had, and a bit more netting in that. At the end of the day then, you pile the fish around.
That's right. Yeah.
Roughly equal piles, and somebody would turn around and they say, whose pile is this?
That's it, you got it, Geoff. Same.
Whose pile is that?
You may be lucky and get a salmon peel in your old pile, won't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
We used to catch tons of mullet. We'd go out in the evening, dark, low water, just go away just before low water. Kingsbridge, you used to come and pick it up and take the Kingsbridge. Same with our crab. When I first started fishing, I used to go on the rail, go and pack your crab after dinner, like, and railway lorry would pick them up from where opposite. Money back next day or day after. Registered envelope, no checks in 8 days.
I have seen them at the station going away in barrels.
Oh yeah, kits. What the bait used to come in, butter kits. I was about 6 stone, I suppose, on the kit. When my brother first started, if he didn't have any bait, it would come by rail to Kingsbridge. Then if the tide was up, you never had no van or nothing. Go by boat Kingsbridge, take a wheelbarrow with you, drive it up the station, get your bait, and back down the hill again with your kit of bait to go see next morning. We used to work Christmas days, my brother especially. Work Christmas morning, he'd be down the store. Yeah, making pots like that. If with them, it's a full-time job, especially with the sisal nets. When I first started, I used to make nets at home when I was first married, because you couldn't buy it in a sheet or a roll. 1.5 fathoms long and 8 meshes wide. That's what they used to be. Make them tying on a doorknob, mesh it up, sisal like that. Then we used to tar them, tar tank. They didn't last long. They go like where the wires bend on the hoops. They always go there, and then you get like a hook come out and rip your oilskins.
Well, I suppose if you were lucky, you got a season out of them.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
But we used to bring them in and put more standards in them, the wires, repair them if we got squashed a bit.
The hoops would get worm in them.
Yeah.
The bottom would get worm in it.
You had to tar them really.
Well, they used to reckon about 100 pots per man, wouldn't they?
Yeah, well, when we had the Salcombe last first, we had 200 pots. Ton of crabs out of 200 pots in 8 days. You wouldn't know where to get hold of them. There's so many in a pot like that. You didn't have a gantry to lift them in. You'd lift them in proper by hand in 8 days.
The crabber's back was a
well-known
complaint, wasn't it? And they was full of crabs in those days, weren't they?
Yeah, they took some lifting by. Then a bloke Salcombe fellow who was living in America, he come here and said about a gantry like Americans got. We had one of them put in our boat. That was the first one in Salcombe.
No, the first one in Salcombe, Sid Rylands come up with it.
Did he? Oh, I don't remember.
And he put it on the old Happy Venture.
Yeah.
And he made a thing with scaffolding poles and a snatch block.
Yeah.
Which it sort of worked, the typical sort of lash up that you got with Sid. And then after that, Eric Jedinack started doing it.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. Just when I first started, well, middle of the morning, you get in. You come down after dinner and go down, because your crabs would be in the water down the store pot, then go down and pack. And if you come in when tide was out, you had to leave your boat right out where the ferry goes from, running on the shore, and then go down there, because you couldn't get up nowhere up the creek, like up the cut. Wasn't no deep water in 8 days.